What's your opinion on worship? That ambiance, a lot of ambiance. Where did the guitar fit in there in the music?
Man, I think it has everything. It has its place. I don't really like it. It's about that absolutism. When someone says the guitar has to be this way, or the guitar has to be this way. No, man, we literally have a universe of options and they need to be explored. Worship has a lot of ambience, but it's beautiful too. It's beautiful. I know it ends up becoming a formula that sometimes wears out in some things, but everything wears out. Everything eventually goes overboard in some way. Just like if you say, man, every metal song needs to have a double kick going wild. It's part of it. It's part of the style. So cool. And it has its place. You understand, just like you're not going to hear a drummer doing your worship cool, but the guy also has his vibe. There's the shimmer. There's the huge delay. And that's totally fine. So I don't see a problem with that.
And do you enjoy listening to that?
I like everything. I like everything. In fact, it's not uncommon. I play in churches, and when we play in churches, we don't necessarily perform our music heavy. Sometimes, no, when I do guitar vocals, it's not a worship in the format of delays and stuff, but it's a worship. So I don't see a problem. And I also think there's music, and there's a right moment for everything. No one goes to a wedding in shorts. Without a shirt, you're going to the beach like that. Got it. And no one goes in a suit and tie to the beach. Go to the wedding. So I think there's an order. Man, the church is indeed a place where you have all kinds of people. And there's a lady who's going to sit right there in the front. She doesn't want to hear metal. And she doesn't want to hear the worship leader shouting. Got it. So I think a calmer, more worshipful song fits there. But does it have to be just worship? No. I like the multifaceted grace of God. God is creative, man. There are churches that are groovy, and that's all good. Man, that's really cool. You get it. And there will be other churches that are more pad, drums, light, really chill. There's music, and there's another one that's going to be more pop. Man, it's all good. All of them, it's all good.
Because there are people, especially a group that has a lot of references, like, for example, G3, which is a type of sound. Dude, there are riffs, there's a lot of guitar work, and sometimes it's a group of people who got a bit upset with worship because it took that place away. When we talk about ambiance, it's a different mindset when it comes to playing. So, the people who like solos, the shredding, the riffs, the heaviness, might have gotten hurt. Got it. From this new place occupied by worship.
Because, in a way, there's something we need to evaluate. The human being has something that is kind of almost inherent to man. And sees something cool, everyone goes there. Got it. And worship is a style that pleased a lot of people. So a lot of people ended up migrating to this place. What I think is bad, and I say this is, dude, music is so broad. And there's space for everyone. That's why, for example, G3, we value the people. Good. New. There are shows where we have some people opening. Why? Because there's space for everyone. Music is very broad. For example, one day I was talking to Tails, right? We were judges on Don Reality, and we were talking about that Don Reality is a reality show for vocalists, right? Gospel, yeah. That launched a lot of cool people. Was it on record? Dude, okay. No, on YouTube. It's on YouTube. It made a really good buzz. I don't know if it went to Open TV. Got it. But maybe the next edition will have something like that that goes to Open TV. And we were talking about that, right? Now, dude, Thales loves the groove. And dude, you also worship God in the same way. Because worshiping God isn't about the rhythm. Actually, it doesn't have to do with music. Did you understand? Because people associate and create rules based on those associations. It no link to music. And we're not getting into that topic as it is lengthy. That's where it gets deep. But what I want to say is God is super creative. So I think sometimes people give up on things. Oh no, because that's how it has to be. No, man, not necessarily that way.
And also, guys, I'm here trying to explore more about Juninho. Afran, because sometimes I think it's obvious that your life mixes with the G13 workshop. Almost the whole time. But I also wanted to explore some more personal questions.
Feel free.
And also when I was preparing the questions for Starling Cast, because I did a project, right. I went back to listen to all the albums to take notes. And I know that, man, the audience that loves Oficina G3, my brother, knows every comma. And I was a little worried, so I said, man, the guys, they're going to complain that I forgot to address this or that album or forget the name and so on. Then I felt more at ease when I saw that you also forget the names of some things, of some albums. About several things, it gave me a sense of calm. But let's go. I'll follow you.
It's hard for me to forget faces. Very, very...
Yeah, so it's the same thing.
Now, name, man, I see a person. Sometimes the guy looks different from how I see him. Just like there was a guy here. I said, I know, man, it was there in the city and stuff. You did a workshop with me. Did you remember? Remember. Now, the name, terrible. But just to wrap this up a little bit, what I'm saying is this. I understand what people complain about regarding worship. Because mainly the musician who is well studied, right? The musician who dedicates himself, who spends hours studying technique and so on. He says, man, I don't have a little space to do it, maybe. Literally. No. A chord progression. If I add 2 more chords, is someone going to say like this? No, man, too many chords, less. Let's just stick to the Fantastic Four, just those 4 chords. Got it. So I understand that frustration too. But what I want to say is, this doesn't stop us from creating parallel paths because there's worship and G3 doesn't do worship. But G3 plays G3, so nothing stops you either. Who is super talented, create your sound, make your sound, and let God use you, man.